In true Angie fashion, I recorded an entire intro for today's vlog. Let me show you what that turned out like. So for a reason that I cannot understand at this very moment, the microphone just didn't work. What's funny is that in later clips, it works just fine. I have a theory that when you're recording this way, it wasn't working, but when I recorded like this way, it did. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I did, but I did something. And so anyways, there's absolutely no audio from the intro for this video. So we're going to kind of start the audio again. That's kind of weird. My face looks swollen. It's early. It's like 6 something. It's early. My face looks swollen and lopsided. Probably because I slept like a rock last night. And you know when you sleep like a rock that you just like wake up in the morning and your face is just like this and you're like, you know, and then it's like your face has to like settle back into its normal state because you've slept like face planted all night. So what we are doing in today's vlog, maybe it's better that I record the intro before because then I actually know what's happening. What we're doing in today's vlog is that I'm taking you guys with me. We're going to go to Walmart and we're going to come back and we're working on the pavilion area. We're giving it a little refresh. And I think what I said in the other intro that I will repeat here again is that a lot of times I don't share like the smaller projects. And I feel like sometimes we all kind of get like this where it feels like everything has to be so big and grandiose. Social media makes us think everything has to be so big and grandiose. And it's kind of like, well, unless you have some huge transformation, some big before and after to share, then it's like, well, why bother? But the truth is that most of us aren't having like big transformations, huge makeovers and stuff in our home all the time. So it's, you know, a lot of times we are just like refreshing spaces. We're just taking a space from its good bones and maybe changing pillows and stuff for the season or whatever we want to do. So that's kind of what I'm working on today, is a little refresh of the pavilion and a little cleanup, because we kind of like got the pavilions up, threw furniture under it, and just away we went. And it's not functioned as well as I would like it to. I think we kind of just used the cover as an opportunity to keep furniture out of the rain, and then it kind of became like, let's just throw everything under here. So it was way too crowded under there, needed to move some things around and just refresh the space a bit. So that's what we're doing in today's video. And there's another clip of me talking that won't make it in where we get back from Walmart. And I explained to you that it is hotter than the devil's butt crack today. And that is absolutely true. I'm not sure if you're gonna see the misery on my face during the footage. You probably will, but we are having like a heat, humid wave in the South right now. So it's already hot, right? It's like 95, but with humidity, it feels like 105. There's something about that humidity. There's something about stepping outside and immediately becoming sweaty. Immediately, you're sweating in places that you don't, I mean, here, behind, everywhere is sweating, and you haven't even done anything. You've just stepped outside. That's the level of humidity we're talking about. Right now, my office windows are completely fogged over because the air conditioning's running in here and it's so humid outside. It's my definitely least favorite part of living in the South. Although they say, you know, I remember when I was like 12 or 13 hearing this, oh, that's why Southern girls are so beautiful because the humidity is so good for their skin. I'm gonna call BS on that. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage and then I'll meet you back here. All right. Welcome to Walmart, y'all. I can't record my voice in the store because of the music that plays overhead, darn it. But I just wanted to show you guys, there's some really cute stuff right now. Some of the Better Homes and Gardens stuff especially. I do a lot of my Walmart shopping online, but I do like to get in store because sometimes like these bowls and plates, oh man, if I hadn't bought, I'd actually purchased the Jenny Mars Better Homes and Gardens plates last year. If I had not done that, I would be getting these because I love them so much. They're real cutes. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to make my way over to the garden section, which is, of course, one of my favorite sections. And right now they have a whole bunch of stuff and the prices are just so good. Okay. This is, I don't always want to spend the sort of prices of some of the more, I don't know, like higher end stores, especially for certain things that, are just not going to last forever anyways. And Walmart has some really cute stuff and the quality has really stepped it up. So this is not an advertisement for Walmart, but I just wanted to share this with you. Look at this cute table fountain. This is kind of what we've got going on right now. It's a bit of a mess, as you can see. Bit of a mess. Threw stuff up here. And now we need to make it look pretty. All right, so I'm gonna start by moving everything off and then getting either the pressure washer or the hose just so I can spray everything and get it all cleaned up. Yeah, we're gonna start with that. I just thought I'd show you that Christopher is really walking a tightrope here, taking his life in his own hands by push mowing this close to my roses. I had to watch him very, very carefully because I'm like, sir, what are you doing? Anyways, I wanted to give you guys a better look at the before. It is a mess. It's a mess. There's some issues that we have with the grass around in the area. We kind of had to dig in to make this concrete pad. So the dogs dig their little dying holes or I'm just kidding, not dying holes. Anybody remember that movie where digs his dying hole? Anyways, that's where they get their cool spots in the dirt and they kick it all up onto here. So I'm trying to figure out a landscaping solution. I don't necessarily want to do rock all around this because, well, we have all the gravel in our driveway. So I don't know if maybe I do a very thin, 6 inches of rock around it. And then, more plants and landscaping with little entrances, I'm trying to point at the camera or at the screen like you guys can see, but just with little entrances kind of on the ends, 2 sides of it or 3 sides of it or something, little walkways and entrances, and then otherwise just build it up with roses and hydrangeas and other, plants and border plants and stuff like that. I'm not sure what to do, but I definitely have to come up with some kind of almost retaining wall type solution for that back area because it's right up under that tree and there's the roots. It does make it hard to really plant anything back there. So maybe that's what I need to do is get those pavers and just build up a retaining wall type thing behind the area there that will prevent, that way the dogs can't dig anyways because they can't get to it. There'll be stone there. So they already, trust me, I'm not taking their digging spots away. You'll see later when I show you my cabin and stuff. They have plenty of places that they dig in this yard and it makes me crazy. All right, so now here's kind of what we're working with. My initial thought was that I would just use the hose or pressure washer to pressure wash off the rugs here, then move them out of the way. Oh, and I'm also doing a little bit of, it's not really weeding, but I don't know, edging. I'm just pulling up some of the grass that's growing right up against the cement. The chickens are helping me out. I'm not really sure how, but they think they're helpful. It just kind of cracks me up because I've just gotten so used to doing everything with a chicken nearby. I just feel like my whole life now is there's just chickens somewhere, everywhere, no matter what I'm doing. And I have to try to keep them from eating paint and chemicals and stuff when I'm working on projects because they're cute, but they ain't very smart, Anyway, so I'm going to do the edging and then I pulled out the blower and immediately it died. You're going to look at me. I'm like, come on. I'm like, get a little more juice, get a little more juice. And no. Okay. That's my pout because I'm hot and tired. So I went and got a battery and changed the battery. So here we go, back to the blowing. And just going to blow all this off and pressure wash, not pressure wash, but I'm going to get the hose out and clean off these rugs and this sort of pad area and kind of see how things are looking before I decide if I want to bust out the full big pressure washer or not. I also picked up this hose head sprayer head from Walmart. It was only like $4. I will link all this stuff that I'm talking about from Walmart specifically, or anywhere else. You know, I always put the links for stuff from the videos down below in the description box. But yeah, it was only like $4. And these are things that I feel like I'm constantly having to replace. They get destroyed in our house all the time. Oh, you see that tramp stamp popping out, y'all. It's trying to make an appearance here in this video. Listen, my attire is not how I normally, show up on YouTube particularly, but I cannot even, like I said, I can't tell you. It's so hot that all of my like decorum and modesty of like, well, I don't want to wear something, so whatever. I didn't care. I'm hot. Look at me. I'm just a miserable cow right now. Just, I don't even know who I'm talking to or what I'm talking about. I'm miserable. Look at it. So hot. Anyways. Back to what we were doing. I ended up having to switch hoses because that green one wasn't working, wasn't reaching. So I had to switch to a different hose to be able to reach. But yeah, I'm just going to spray everything off. And I felt like ultimately, so I'll just tell you, like ultimately, I decided not to pressure wash because I am going to come back and pressure wash when I have time to do the etching and the sealer on this concrete. We haven't done that yet, and it's partially because I've been going back and forth. I kind of wanted to do like a stencil and a pattern. Since this is a covered area, I thought it would be a really great area to do some design and pattern, and then maybe not have to put rugs under here as much as I like these rugs. I mean, they're looking terrible now, but you'll see after we get them clean, they look good. And that's what I like about them, is that they're cleanable. The one on the left, the kind of greenish blue one, is from Amazon, and the one on the right, the woven one, is from Walmart. I'll link them both for you. But they're very cleanable, and that's what I like about them. However, I don't know, we might not need any rug in here. And if I did like some kind of a stencil design, and there's really nowhere else for me to do that because we have the stamped concrete in the back, and then the driveway, like I'm not going to put stencil design on a driveway. So anyways, I don't know. Have any of you guys ever done like a stencil pattern on a concrete like patio or pad? How did it last? I've watched a bunch of videos on it and stuff before, so I know, like, I guess it depends on the traffic of the area probably, which everything is highly trafficked on our property between kids and dogs. So maybe it's a terrible idea. I don't know. But I think it could bring a little pizzazz to the space and make it look really cool. So we shall see. Maybe that will be like, it's definitely going to have to be like a fall project because it's just too hot. So that's why I decided not to pressure wash, because I'm like, if I'm going to go through the trouble to pressure wash, then I'm going to want to do the etching and the sealing. And I'm obviously don't have time to do that today. So I decided to go ahead and remove the rugs and move them over to the gravel driveway area to clean them over there because there were some spots where some mildew and stuff had built up on them. You can kind of see a little bit of it on the ground there. Just like I said, from the heat and the humidity and the moisture, we've had a lot of rain lately. It just breeds that like outdoor mildew and mold. So I'm going to drag those out into the driveway where I can spray my cleaner on them and really get them clean. All right, so now it's time to start putting some stuff back. I had watered all the plants while I had them pulled away. So now the pots were quite heavy because the soil was all wet. So I had to enlist the help of my big, strong husband to help me move the other hydrangea because I was like, babe, I can't do it. It's too heavy. So he helped me put the other hydrangea pot in this spot. I don't know exactly where I want things to go, so I kind of am moving them around and testing them, especially for like where they're happiest with the amount of sun that they get. But yeah, so I'm going to start putting things back. He helped me bring the table in because what you couldn't hear was a giant thunderclap and a warning on our phones that a big thunderstorm was coming. So we went ahead and started moving furniture back into here, even though it wasn't totally dry and the rugs weren't totally dry. So it wasn't my preference to do that, but you got to do what you got to do when those afternoon thunderstorms hit in the south. You can't really control those. They have a mind of their own. So that's as far as I got yesterday. I'm working, and then there's this huge thunderclap, and CR's like, got a notification on my phone. There's a big storm rolling in. So I kind of had to like quickly get everything put away like under the cover. And then I went inside and took a shower because I was just so sweaty and disgusting. So much sweat. I couldn't take it. So I went inside and took a shower. This is my Christmas mug. Did I share this with you guys? I'm not sure what this says about my parenting and motherhood, but this is the mug that my daughters, Kennedy, Shelby, who are 16 and 14, 15 and 14 at the time. This is what they gave me for Christmas. It's a Weezer mug from Steel Magnolias, in case you're wondering what the quote is. If you've never seen the movie, it's a quote from Weezer from Steel Magnolias. I'm telling you, those two have gotten me the best Christmas presents the last 2 years that have just been my favorites. They gave me my Cuzco llama sweatshirt, this mug. Now I will say my husband is definitely, neck and neck with them as far as he got me my taxidermied squirrel the year before. And this past year for Christmas, I got my taxidermy mouse on a stripper pole, and her name is Dolly. So anyways, how did we get there? I don't know. This morning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to finish this. It's 7 o'clock now. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I am going to refill my coffee, put on some shoes, and try to get out there and finish this pavilion before it gets so miserably hot. Basically before the sun really comes out, because the humidity and everything is there. But if I can kind of wrap this up before the sun comes out, I will be happy. I have many other things to do today and other things that I wanted to show you guys and kind of test out with you, but I think I'll save that for the next vlog. I got these mats, like rug mat things for the house that arrived. They're still in the box. So I kind of want to share those with you guys because I think it might be a solution if you have kids and pets who dirty up rugs. Rugs are really hard for us to keep around. They just get destroyed. Through a friend, I was at her house recently and she had these all over and I'm like, what are these? They look like rugs. Would actually look to me almost like an inlay tile in her hardwood. I should save this for when we actually open these and go into it. That's what we'll do, okay? What else did I want to say to you guys? If you want, this is just a complete caveat. We're going to go finish. I'll show you the grand reveal, but a quick caveat here because I don't put up a ton of content anymore. I put up one video a week, so I don't always have opportunities to talk to you guys right at the time that something's happening. But next week is it next week? Yes. Next week is the Amazon Prime Day sale as well as the Nordstrom sale. They clash nearly every year, and this year they are clashing once again. Working on content for those, and I'm going to be sharing, but I'm going to put a sign up down below for like a special section of my newsletter that will just be like if you want sale stuff. I'm not going to necessarily like blast my whole email list with the sale stuff, but if you do want the sale stuff, if you want everybody will probably get one email, but if you want all the emails about the sale stuff, the Nordstrom sale and the Amazon sale, then you can sign up down below. I'll put that in the description box. I ain't gonna force it on you. If you want the information, then you can sign up. If you don't, then you don't have to see it. That's what we're doing. Okay, chop, chop. All right, y'all. Sorry for the bit of fog. Like I said, it's so humid that it's fogging over my camera. There is not much that I can do about that. But now we're going to do some of the fun part, which is kind of putting the decor stuff up. And I found some really cute stuff at Walmart, and it was not expensive. So I'm kind of excited and hoping that it doesn't get completely destroyed. But, it's for a little 4th of July party. So I'll probably, pack some of it up, put it up for party stuff and not leave it out all the time in hopes that it can, keep from being totally destroyed. So I got this cute little table runner, which I think you saw me buy at Walmart. When I was there, I got this cute little table runner, and then I also got sort of the tray, the basket tray. I have a big round one that I got last year when we got the table and chairs, which are, again, from Walmart. They're the Jenny Mars line. So is the pendant light that's above my head that's solar powered. I love this thing, and I'm so bummed because we wanted to buy another one for the other side, and they're sold out. What a bummer. The bench seating, though, we actually got those at World Market because we needed benches that were long enough for this table so we could seat as many people here as possible. I'm cheap and I did not want to buy all the chairs. The chairs, 2 packs were like $350 or something. And I'm like, I'm not buying like 4 or 5 more of those packs of chairs. Not going to happen. So we got the benches and they work great. Even though I really love the chairs, they're absolutely beautiful. And if you only needed, 4 or maybe 6 of them, I could see where you might want to make that investment. But anyways, I also have kind of like the shepherd's hook things for hanging plants that I'm going to put on the outside portion. I might have already put them up. I can't remember. I think I did, by the king palms there, and then put some hanging plants in here. I'm weird, y'all, and I kind of have like a color scheme going of plants, so I'll show you. But I saw these and I was so excited. Look, how cute are these curtain lights? And then I was totally bummed when I realized that they have to be plugged in. They're not solar powered. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually put those up. I also wanted to include this footage of the dogs fighting because it was kind of cracking me up. Jessie was pulling on Beth's tail. That's Beth. Charlotte is off doing her job because that's what Charlotte does. She does her job. These fools, especially Aslan and Beth. Beth will go and work with Charlotte. Aslan rarely works. This dog rarely works. But in case you're wondering, Charlotte is somewhere else on the property doing what she's supposed to be doing. These guys are playing and messing around. But I did pull out my 4th of July box. And, or like, Memorial Day, 4th of July. Hadn't pulled it out before that. So I guess it is 4th of July. And this was all stuff, again, I found at Walmart last year. And they still have the line of like burlap stuff. I saw it when I was there. But mine has held up. So I'm just going to put some of those on the ends of the chairs and put up the little like bunting thing. Yeah, I mean, the burlap ones I wouldn't put in an area they're going to get wet. Because obviously I don't think that would probably hold up very well. But yeah, they're super, super cute. And I'm so bummed because I also got the like string lights to hang around the pavilion here, because that's the one thing is that in the evening and at night, we don't have enough light out here with just that one pendant light, because that pendant light is solar powered. So it's awesome, but we don't have enough light out here. So I got string lights, but again, they have to be plugged in, and we don't have electricity run to this yet, though. At this point, I kind of think we should just run electricity here, because we also wanted to put up like those corner fans. So you can have, like, you see in those like corner areas up there, put in some of those smaller fans that would just like point down and blow nice moving air on us when we're trying to sit in here. Because man, I'm telling you guys, it gets very buggy and it can be very unpleasant to sit out here. And obviously, if you're going to have an outdoor space like this, you want to be able to enjoy it. So I did find a similar pendant light to this one on Amazon, so I'll link that one down below. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing, since I can't seem to get my hands on one of these Better Homes and Gardens, one that's solar powered. The other ones I found are solar powered too, but I'll have to probably wait on the string lights and those I thought the curtain lights behind those black chairs would be so cute, because that's not an area where we usually enter or exit the pavilion from. So I thought it would be a good spot to hang those like curtain lights, but I can't plug them in, and that's a problem. Maybe I could get, you can get like solar packs for gate, like openers for like property gates. I wonder if you can do something solar powered that would have enough battery to run those lights. I'm not sure. But I did find these are solar powered. These little globe lights for around. There's only 6 in a pack, and I only got 1 pack because I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to put them. I ended up kind of putting them at each post. Obviously, kind of one by each of those hydrangeas and on each of the corners. I probably would go back and get more and use them to light like the little pathways that we're going to put. So there'll be kind of a pathway on, I think, 3 sides where you can walk into this pavilion area from, either side of the driveway, or I guess what I'm going to call like the south side, which is towards my cabin side. So anyways, these were super easy to put together, and yeah, very, very cute. And I like the globe. It's a different look. Usually these like solar powered pathway lights and stuff are like lanterns, and I like that, but I also kind of like the little bit of whimsical feel that you get from the globe lights. So I got those little things in the pots, the little stars for 4th of July. Those, I grabbed those at Walmart yesterday. And yeah, here's kind of the final, I don't know if I'd call it a grand reveal, because Lord, I need some help with this landscaping and stuff. But it started, you know, again, I'm trying to get better at just doing things, and, you know, it doesn't have to be totally perfect. I can just kind of keep adding to it as time goes on, but not thinking that everything has to be done like totally perfect. So it works, and it's much better. I moved out. I'm going to move those egg chairs somewhere else. So I moved those out. I have no idea what child drew with. I sprayed that like 3 times with the hose and it still didn't come out. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with that. But yeah, I felt like this is more reasonable. You know, we have these benches so multiple kids can sit on them, and those chairs, which I love. People always ask me about those chairs. They have lasted forever. They are from World Market. I always look, whenever people ask and I share about them, I always look to see if I can find some either dupes or other versions of them, because I don't think they sell these exact ones anymore, but we've had them for years, and they're the only thing like that we've had this long that has held up. So they're really amazing if you are hard on your seating and stuff like we are. But anyway, so I feel like we're ready. You know, we could totally host people and have a little area for people to sit and enjoy some food and stuff. At some point, I might put some curtains up around the edge, around the outside, or like maybe even some of the like mosquito nets that you can zip up. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to go that far. I don't know if I want to get that fancy. But I also did purchase some plants at Walmart. People forget, man, that Walmart's got plants, and they've got some good ones right now. So I got some mini roses and these white pots. These are from Better Homes and Gardens. I thought I would do like red and white in those pots as kind of like a, you know, 4th of July thing. So as far as other stuff we've been working on, I was just going to show you because CR was behind me doing this. We have been working on defining the edge of the driveway. I think we're probably going to end up doing like bricks as the edging, because it's got to be something cheap because there's just so much. But we're having to weed, and we've tried just spraying it with weed killer. It's not keeping up with the amount that they're growing. So we're trying to kind of start from scratch by pulling them all out and then using weed killer after. But I also wanted to show you guys the cabin and show you the paint color. I totally changed my mind and did not at all what I said I was going to do the last time I think I talked about the cabin. I ended up doing the oilcloth color, Benjamin Moore oilcloth, and I can't remember, I think it's Chantilly Lace was the trim color. But I also have, I think, decided on colors for the garage. So that will be the trim and the siding color. And I'm going to tell you why, because I'm going to walk over here and show you where I had done the stain and paint options on this side. And I do not like how the stains have weathered. I don't like it at all. They kind of just look old and dingy over time. I don't care for it. So I'm glad that I put those samples up and then waited a little while, because it definitely helped me decide that I think I just want to do paint and not try to stain any of this wood. So oilcloth is the color that's here on the chicken coop. I just wanted to show you guys some of the pretty flowers and my hydrangeas that I planted. There's still so much to do, especially with coming up with borders and then like either mulch or rock or something to fill in. I have put mulch here multiple times, but mulch does away with itself. It absconds with itself. So that is it for today's video, y'all. I will share more on other stuff in the next vlog, share more of what we've been working on and what's going on, and I will see y'all again very soon. Bye.